Day 3, catch up. I have my list to keep me on track. So just in general, what I've found is that I really am only coming to make meals twice a day. Like afternoon or mid-morning, and then whenever I'm hungry or whenever I feel like I should probably eat. 7:30 is like the last time I eat, and sometimes I eat it and I'm not starving, but I know that the next day I'm not hungry till afternoon. So at some point my body would have needed it, and I didn't want to start cooking at midnight or something. And that's what I love about this, not really a diet, but this food relationship, let's just call it that, is you eat when you're hungry and you eat until you're full. And that's it. You're not counting calories or macros. You're not weighing anything. You're just experimenting and seeing, wow, so I eat ground beef usually at lunch, and that keeps me satiated until for like 5-6 hours, a pound of it. And then at that time I usually get a steak. So last night I had a petite sirloin steak, and it was so tasty. It was so good. Another side note is perhaps I'm getting better at cooking them. So that's another part of this whole process, especially being a vegetarian for 8 years and missing out on those, what I consider to be those primo years of cooking and learning how to cook from like a teenager to mid-20s. But it's not impossible. Old dogs can still learn new cooking tricks. So 2 meals a day, 2 pounds of meat a day currently. I'll see how that fluctuates throughout. Usually your hunger is a lot stronger in the beginning. And then I have a few notes on just things that I've observed in general. For one, my taste. What I taste is, like, throughout the day, I feel like my saliva tastes different, sweeter, and that could be ketosis. I guess I could be in ketosis by now. And then my sense of smell is just so acute. I'm spending a lot of time outside. So I'll be on a hike and I'll smell this specific plant, and then I'll go and it'll be sweet, and it'll be something that's flowering, and then there'll be an evergreen or a conifer, and I'll just be going through a museum of smells, and it's delicious. I love it. My teeth are just like going all around the face. My teeth, sometimes I've forgotten to brush and wake up the next day, no fuzzies. Makes sense because it's protein and fat that I'm basically consuming, no sugar or carbohydrates. And I do make sure that I floss, especially because I have an implant back here, and it was put in kind of late, so that I have a significant gap. Sometimes I'm able to put like a little pine needle back there to floss, and I call that my little meat locker. And so I'll go back there and fish it out and see who's my friend for after that meal, because otherwise I get a headache. But yeah, brushing, still important to brush my teeth, but just, it was really, my teeth felt like I had just gotten out of the dentist after having a cleaning. Yeah, amazed. Mouth, nose, and tasting. Pee. Just jumping down to it. I'm drinking 3 Nalgene's, so I'm being quite a bit, but I'm able to see the color based off the mode that I pee, and it's really yellow. It's like Gatorade. So I'm gonna do a little research and figure out what's going on with that. Send a picture to my cousin. And my poop is sometimes once a day, sometimes every other day, and they're coming out like my pinky, like little short, skinny, relatively easy. Yesterday burned a little bit because I think I tried some mushroom seasoning and it did not. My body's like, no, we did not. We said only meat and water. So pretty good feedback there. And my sleepy mind, dreams have been insanely memorable. Very, very like front row in my face. I won't go into all the dreams, but I'm gonna start a dream journal because some stories are unraveling in this subconscious mind. And then the last thing, which actually happened at the end of the night on day 3, was I noticed on the inside upper area of my right thigh, there's a little rash. And that began. It's gone away now overnight, but again, something that I picked up on in my reading is that it's the body detoxifying itself. That is day 3. Next up,
Day 4 was pretty simple and straightforward. I didn't eat until around 1 p.m. and even then the meal took me about at least 30 minutes to eat. So I wasn't hungry basically until it happened. It happened at around 10:30 p.m. I made up my dinner, and again, both of them were just 1 pound each of meat, but I did realize that the beef chuck that I had gotten for lunch was pretty satiating, so good to know. Usually ground beef kind of runs straight through me. Learning, and that's day 4.
Currently on day 9 of the carnivore diet. I've been kind of skipping a few check-ins just because it seemed to kind of be repetitive as far as eating a pound of meat. Sometimes, most of the time it's beef, but we're now starting to throw in some chicken, some bison, some elk. But still, it seems as though 2 pounds of meat a day is where I reside as far as satiation. Sleep has not really been affected. I haven't checked the color of my pee, but when I did reach out to one of the doctors who advises on a carnivore diet, they said just lessen your amount of salt or eat fattier cuts of meat, and so nothing has been really painful. I think once or twice I got a headache, and my pooping is definitely every other day, sometimes every day, and again, just not a lot. So there are some shifts, there's some adjustments, and it'll probably continue to shift. I'm only on day 9-ish, 10-ish. And like I said, 2 pounds of meat. I have had, maybe an almond flour chocolate cupcake here or there. So I'm not doing 100%. Although, besides a bit of black pepper and what else? I mean, teas, but they say you can have teas. I'm being pretty good about staying on it. And only once or twice did I kind of get tempted to maybe have something that's a little bit more carbohydrates. And then that passed. Just went back to the meat life, so still 2 meals a day. And feeling good. Feeling energized. Have even done some high intensity running through the hills and hiking. My body just feels alive and lean. But again, I don't have any before and after photos, but I think I can feel it in my stomach. Like I'm not bloated after meals, which is nice. Nice. I definitely feel grounded after I eat all this meat. So maybe check in another week or so, and I'll see if I have any other updates. But for now, that's it.